I'm going to repair a J700 dual SIM. Problem is underneath the LCD. There's a home button and back button and app button. They're not working. The phone, according to customer, is a water damage. We have to remove all these screws. Why I'm making this video? There are few there, but people are not being honest. When I saw the video and the guy broke the LCD and he didn't even mention that he did that, so I hope that I won't break it during repairing this. Once all the screws are off, that's the start screwdriver that you need. Then you need a heat gun to loosen the grip of the LCD from the board. But before you do that, let's just remove the LCD clip. So when we are removing the board, we don't break this. LCD is off. Now you need the heat gun and some plastic tool just to loosen up the LCD a bit. I usually use all these, which one can come handy. Or if it is a very thin LCD and you have a fear of breaking it, use the X-ray. Used one or new X-ray you can buy from a medical store or from a doctor place where they do X-ray. Just buy from there, and it's very handy, especially removing Samsung LCDs. So you can use that. I'll show you how to use it. So after you've done all the screws are off, then heat it up. Distribute the heat equally, or as always I say, use it to the lower level, not the higher level. This is a 2000 watt and the lower level is 1000 watt, so use that, and don't concentrate on one place. Spread it all around and do heat it for 3 to 5 minutes. It's quite strong grip of the double-sided tape on the edges of the LCD, so you have to really loosen it up. I'm going to pause here and I'm going to heat it up so I don't waste your data when you're downloading this video, if you do so. Once you heat it up, try to use first your nail, because then you know that what kind of pressure you're putting onto the cover. It doesn't open easy, sometimes it gets stuck, so wherever it's stuck you stop it there and then start heating up that particular place where it is stuck. Do not force anything. We don't want to increase our cost on repair. I have heated it about 3 to 4 minutes, that's why it's coming off easy. But in case if it is a bit tough, then you heat again. As usual, always there is a clip here next to your I was struggling with it, so I broke it, but it really doesn't matter if it is broken. It's just a clip there and you can remove it. But first let's loosen it up from all the edges. Sometimes it opens easily from that clip also, sometimes it becomes very hard, so do as it goes. Now it's getting stuck there. See, that's the, if you can see it, that's the lock where this clip is fitting. So once that is gone, gently, we don't want to break anything. That if you need to change only the back cover ringer, you can do there. This is the ringer, and the board has a screw there, as most of the Samsung has. That's a star screw. Put it aside so you don't lose it. Now gently lift it up and don't bend anything. Okay, this I see that the customer was complaining that this isn't working, but it's water damage. As you can see the watermarks there. I don't know if it was clipping or not. We'll test it quickly. Let me just quickly test it. If it is working, then I don't need to go through all the procedure. LCD is still working. So bottom keypads are not working. We'll just check it in the home button. I'm gonna pause it here just to check it. So let's check it. Home button seems to be working. The home button is working, but back button and app button is not working. So we have to continue with the repair. Just remove the battery and the board also. And now we're gonna start heating up the LCD, because this go in the middle chassis and the LCD, that keypad flexi. I already got it with me, so let's start removing it. But again, as I said, that heat it up, distribute the heat all around 3 to 4 minutes. When you start feeling the heat onto the LCD, like you cannot hold it, that's the time when you start trying to separate it from the middle chassis. I'm gonna pause here. Now I'm gonna try to separate it. It's quite hot. I'm not worried about the flexi that much, but if you're changing the LCD only, you have to save the flexi. This headset flexi and the home button flexi. But because I'm not changing the screen, I need to change the particular thing. So if it get cracked or it just breaks, I'm not that worried. But this is how you use that X-ray film. Remember, there is a LCD, the real LCD underneath it, so you have to be careful with that you don't push this X-ray too far, because once the screen is a bit hot, you can separate the glass from the LCD, which we don't want to do here. Once it is heated, it will slice it easy. If you need more heat, by no means it's easy job or 5 minutes job. If you see the video length less, it doesn't mean that I did it in that time. It's just that I don't like to make longer videos for the reason that people can save on data. So take your time, easy, and people shouldn't disturb you while you're doing. I do it usually on my shop while I'm selling and other things, also dealing with customers. So in between I might pause the video, but try to do it in a peaceful environment so you have your full attention to it. I'm gonna pause it here just to heat up more, because we wanna change the flexi, so rather better you heat it from this side so it can loosen the grip on the chassis. Once the LCD is broken and you need to change the LCD, then you can do with the any sort of precautions that okay, you're gonna break the LCD or not. But if it is something else like the home button flexi, then rather heat it up nicely 3-4 minutes again. There is a vibrator speaker, usually they don't become faulty that easy, so keep heating it up. And now when you want to put this X-ray, you have to be very sure that you're not piercing the LCD in the glass. So do it in the right at the bottom and then push it in gentle. Take your time. Time saves you extra job if you spend your time rightly. Do not force things to create extra job for you and extra cost. Slice it gently, take it all the way where it stopped. Don't force it. Try to do, I think it's because of this home button, physical button. Now it's going underneath that button. Take it all the way down to this side, and here also be careful that you don't damage the LCD. Put it underneath the LCD. Try to be gentle as it is possible. Go all the way, but here you also have to be careful. When you go on top, you don't slice this connector, display connector. If it started to get sticky again or a bit hard, I'm gonna pause again just to heat up more, then start heating it up. You can see this, it's gone all the way in between. Then gently I'm gonna put it next to my tummy. Sorry about that, the phone fell from the, you see it's getting sticky again, so I'm gonna heat up again. I'm giving a support of my tummy because that's quite fluffy. As you can see that it's started to move now to the upper portion of the LCD. Patience is the key. By no means I'm saying again and again that it's an easy job, so you should do it quick. You must wait, heat, and slice it through the board between the middle chassis and the LCD. So I'm going to pause here and keep heating up until it goes up. But remember this point at here, we're going to stop just to see that if we don't cut this flexi. Inshallah. Okay, my job basically is done because I wanted to change that, but I'm still gonna remove the LCD. Just gonna take a chance and remove it for you people to see that how it is removable. And at this point it's becoming a bit difficult, so I have pushed these two steel pudgers or supports or what. It's a little bit left, only a little bit left. I'm gonna keep heating up and remove it, and then we'll test it that if it's still working. I'm taking a chance, which usually I don't take, but I don't want to leave this in halfway so people don't think that okay, I've been scared or I don't know how to do some stuff. Still going through. Let's heat up a little bit. Eventually it's off, and hopefully we didn't break it. Ooh, see, this is the all sticky part, this silver thing. Just gonna do the camera straight. This is all that sticky part, that silver thing which is holding, and then this double tape. So now from here we learn something, that even if you're using that X-ray, you don't pierce it much more than a millimeter, and on top here about 2 to 3 millimeter here. So this side, when you're removing it, that's the sticky part on top. That's the most difficult one. If you see that it's sticking all the way down there, there is the actual home button, the hard one. And now there's your middle chassis. By no means it is the 12 minutes or 13 minutes video. We're still going to test the LCD to prove that if it is working or not. But please take your time. It takes about 30 minutes plus minus 30 to 35 minutes to remove the LCD from the chassis, center chassis. That's aluminium, I think. And there's your, again, your vibrator, ear speaker, all sort of small things like your cushion for the speaker. And here we're going to install the new buttons flexi, and then we'll test it if it is working still. I'm going to pause it here. That's the old keypad flexi and your air piece jack. This is the new one. Place it onto those holes that are for holding these things. It should stick. There, turn it here. That goes in here. That's your earphone jack. So it's installed. Now, before I stick it back, I'll use some glue, soft glue that I use for LCDs. But just before I stick it together, I need to test it. Pressing fine. Here we go. The main board back. We don't put that black screw yet. I want to test the phone. Hopefully the LCD is still working. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's see why it's not working. I don't know if the battery is low. It had some power. Ta-da! LCD is still in one single piece. So I hope this video will help you. And I also suggest the people that whoever posts the videos, please don't misguide other guys so they end up breaking something, you know. And it's working alright. We're just gonna check now once it is on. Our purpose was basically to repair that, and our repair is also done that we booked the phone for. As you can see, the side applications ones button and this to go back, that's working as well. Home button is working as well. Now I'm gonna just show you. I'm just gonna use a little bit of glue, but I don't want to use much there. I will see that how it is closed. Let's remove the battery first. You can see the sweat. You see, I was now getting worried that I don't know if the LCD is working or not. And we'll see that how it is sticking together with the middle chassis. Now we need to use a little bit of glue. I use this glue in Sony Xperia LCDs, so it can hold tight it nicely. I'm just going to put a little bit onto the sides, not into the middle, so it shouldn't leave any patch, you know, behind the LCD. I'm just going to pause here just to remove the LCD again nicely. We're just going to use onto the edges a little bit so it can hold the LCD. I'm going to put too much, just a little. In that shell of the LCD. Now put the LCD, but before we do that, don't forget the home button. Going to put that main board back. Connect that connector, LCD connector, that black screw, where is it? This is the one that is holding the board. Now we're going to put back middle cover. Hopefully it will fit properly. The bottom piece with the ear jack will insert first, and then onto the sides. Take your time, as I always say. Don't press anything that it can break the screen or anything else. As you heard that click sound, it's gone to the perfect place. This looks close now. We're gonna put back that LCD. Let me just see, where did I put it? Just hold on a second. I found that LCD cushion thing, or the connector which, and now I'm gonna put all the screws back. It's not magneted anymore, I don't know why. I think that's the wrong screw somewhere, mixed up with something.
Now pick it up, pick it up. Hello? Now pick your phone up. Hello? Pick it up, pick it up. Hello? Now pick your phone up.
I'm gonna have to leave you here a bit. All the screws, I put the right one, the one that I had the wrong one from iPhone. Just, yeah, so all the screws are there. It's closed. We're gonna check it for the final time before we call the customer. Switching on. Where's the back cover? There's the back cover. Check it for the last time and then we will say goodbye. If you like the video, please do subscribe and like it. And again, it's not a 19 minutes video, maybe 4 or 5 minutes here and there I wasted for different stuff, but you have to be patient and take your time regarding with the repairing. You want to do any kind of repair that includes speaker, your this bottom keypad, LCD, or disassembly, that's the video to look for. Hope you will find it easy and helpful to do your stuff. Thank you very much. Till next time, goodbye.